What is going on, guys? I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. It was a crazy day, another day of continuations, a lot of the same things. I did miss Apple and Facebook today. I tried to grab them out the gate. I barely missed Apple. I was waiting for a little bit more of a pullback. Again, I was trying to scalp Apple today, primarily just an intraday trade. I knew it was going to rip, but I missed it. Managed a lot of positions today. Being said, but before we get started, remember to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts today. Tomorrow is Friday, so it is normally Take Profit Friday. So I'm expecting more of a pullback tomorrow. Today kind of stalled. I wasn't really expecting much today, to be honest. And then a lot of stuff sold off except big tech. Big tech continued to run today. Like I said, Apple and Facebook continued to run. I tried to grab them out the gate. I was hesitant a little bit only because of the fact that a lot of stuff was selling except Apple and Facebook. They continued as well as Amazon. So being said, what do we see? It looks like we're topping out. We're pulling back already after hours. I think another big thing here that's going to happen is that I think tomorrow's only a pullback. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit that 380 mark tomorrow, if not overnight. And then I would probably say probably an hour and a half after open tomorrow. We kind of base out, get ready for next week. Next week is bigger earnings. We got Apple and stuff, Facebook next week. So I think that's really going to start jump-starting us and pulling us into these next couple week rally is what I'm expecting. But anything can happen, anything at all. So again, that's why I'm looking at SPY. SPY, I think, is going to pull back tomorrow. It is Friday. It's Take Profit Friday. It's expected. Tesla, I mean, unless it breaks, there's no point really talking about Tesla. You kind of know where I stand with Tesla if you've been following me. I think it's just going to rattle unless we do have Biden released a schedule or was leaked or whatever you want to call it. But I know the climate stuff, I believe, is next Wednesday. So if all the climate, that's why I'm a lot of renewables right now. I think a lot of the climate stuff will definitely get a huge boost next Wednesday. That is what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking forward to. But with that being said, I think there's some other stuff, immigration, all that kind of stuff, which I don't think will have too much of a big play. But Airbnb, nonetheless, it killed it today. I thought about taking it at the gate when it came down, but I just wanted it lower and it took off again. So I did miss Airbnb. Again, waiting for a correction to get back in Airbnb and load the boat on that. SQ. Like I said, I doubled down on it yesterday when it came into the zone a little bit, but and then it did sell off. Now, yes, I'm still in this. Yes, I'm still in shares. I do have a leap in this as well. But nonetheless, I mean, this is PayPal. PayPal got upgraded big time because of the fact of the crypto. They have crypto. There was no specific news that dropped this. It actually pushed up, and I was excited to see that because I was seeing it was breaking the channel here. The next thing I knew, I just started selling off, and it was for no apparent reason. There was no exact news coming out, but I did say PayPal, and like I said, it's got a huge price target upgrade. I think this is just a dip to essentially get someone's foot in the door, because I think Square is going to crush it. And I do believe Square got into the cryptocurrency. We're buying cryptocurrency before PayPal was. So I'm thinking this is really going to explode. So I'm still sitting in these. Again, I'm not worried about it, Square. I like the fundamentals on Square. So that's why I'm not worried about it. I think it's going to crush earnings. This little pullback. Again, patience with these. That's what I do. I try to be a macro trader, not a micro trader, because it's a lot more beneficial and you can make a lot more money instead of going in and out every intraday and all that stuff. Yeah, scalps here and there are nice to have if it's set up and there's continuation or something like I try to do with Apple today or Facebook. But being said, I did sell my last Facebook today too, by the way. After that last major push in the morning, I did sell that last one. But nonetheless, Square, I still like this a lot. I think it's going to crush earnings. We have to wait till end of February, though, for earnings. So that will be interesting. But PayPal does come out, I want to say on the 14th, I believe is when it is. I have to double check on that, but I believe it's on the 14th. So if that's the case, right, if there's good news about PayPal and the crypto stuff, there already is. That article already came out today. But I don't think it's been digested by the market in general. So being said, once the earnings comes and PayPal crushes it, people are going to jump all over this, and this is going to skyrocket. And to be honest, I wouldn't doubt if we run straight for 300, to be honest. That's just, again, an educated guess, but that is my theory on SQ. Being said, Apple, ripping. I almost had it here today. It came and it hesitated. I had my buy order in there right at the bottom of this red candle here. I missed it by, I think, 5 cents or something, and then it ripped. And I knew it was going to do that, but now it's pulling back. Again, I think we'll pull back overnight. It's normal. Expecting it. Don't freak out. It's going to happen. Everything's been running for continuously. Facebook, I sold it on the high today, high a day. Like I talked about last night, I was going to hold it, but everything is running really hard. Yes, it's not until next week, but I do see a pullback tomorrow. So I think everything's going to set up tomorrow for next week. So being said, I will definitely be watching Facebook on the sell-off tomorrow and going into next week. The same with Apple. Wanted to get something for next week as well. That's why I was kind of waiting for a pullback into the zone, but I didn't do that. So those two are definitely on my watch tomorrow. We shall see. Let's see, what else do I got here? Lemonade. Consider taking this today. It's consolidation. I think eventually it's going to rip. It's got some nice consolidation. I didn't check contracts, though. I didn't like the contracts before. Maybe they've been diluted a little bit, not so much priced in. But again, I have to wait on that spot. I almost took it again today. It ripped up, tore up. I mean, I could have grabbed it down here, tried to grab it, but again, didn't like the contracts. GIK. This one, I was actually up a lot this morning. I ended up this little spike. The premium build on this thing was just crazy this morning when the gates open, and then it dived down, and then it's sitting break even, but that's ready to rip at any time now. So I think a lot of these EV plays are waiting until next week. A lot of them are just kind of floating around. Snow, yes, I'm still in this one. Looks like it might be starting to finally turn. We'll see. It creeped over that 20 EMA, so hopefully it creeps over by tomorrow over the 50, and then continues back up. We will see. Etsy, it's coming down. If it does hit that around that, I would probably say more like the 200 mark. That 200 moving average is moving up. So if it gets close, actually, if it hits this zone here, 205, it might be worth getting in. I don't recall when Etsy earnings is. I think I want to say it's the end of the month too. We'll have to see. TAN started ripping. This is great to see. I am in TAN. I am in shares in this. Again, I'm going to ride this as far as I can. To be honest, I'm going to kind of let this thing just go, to be honest. And I'm going to, once it breaks this all-time high here, which I believe this is the all-time high, yeah, the 125. Once it breaks that 125 mark, I'll definitely be slapping a stop underneath it. And then I'm definitely going to give it a lot of wiggle room until it moves further away. And the higher it gets, I'm definitely going to be following it up just in precaution for any kind of correction. Same with ENPH. I think ENPH was probably the catalyst for a lot of this being pushed up today. Had this huge candle and it's pushing up. So I have a leap in this. So that's looking really good right now for the continuation tomorrow. BYND, I'm waiting on this again to sell all the way back off to hopefully that 117 mark, and then I will get back in that. When it has to come down, NIO has to come. Tomorrow is just positioning for next week is really what that is. This is still holding the STPK energy storage. I like this one a lot. Just holding that, waiting for, I think everything is just waiting for next Wednesday and the whole climate speech from Biden. Same with this BLBD. I am shares in this, just waiting for it to break out. And then again, I will, this is one of those ones, my position isn't huge, so I will probably just hold this for the year, to be honest. I did have a bigger position and I made some good money on from the beginning down here when I had it to that spike. I caught a couple dollar bounce there, sold half and holding the rest. I'm just going to let it play out. NGA, I'm still in this one. I actually added more at 27 today. And we had this big spike. They did have that. They did have a conference or something today after hours. That's why we got the spike, I think. There's not a lot of movement afterwards. So, again, I really like this one. I am in leaps and shares in this one. Playing this out for the long term, essentially, as well with the BLBK. So, BLBD, sorry. VCI, I did sell this today. I pushed up, and it's really struggling around this mark. There was that news, that PayPal news kind of crushed Visa. I think MasterCard got a handle with that too, without having the crypto, I think is hurting them. And so with that being said, Visa just started selling off. So I ended up, when it popped up here, I ended up selling this as well. Actually, when I hit this line, because it started sinking down, and it looks like it's going to fall off. So again, in the green, looked good. I think it made like 20%, if not more, on that one. So TDOC, it's high. I mean, we're just looking for plays for tomorrow, essentially. Bingo looks good. It's starting to consolidate, actually. And NVIDIA just went screaming today. Looks like yeah, I went screaming today, but I don't know. Still playing range. It's nothing too exciting yet. AMD went screaming. I hate AMD. I wanted to go screaming today. BA looks like trash. Disney, I'm still in Disney. The contract's holding well. It's a leap. So again, I'm not worried. I think it's going to crush earnings. I think earnings are on the 14th. Amazon, again, crushed it again today. I was looking more at Apple and stuff today, so I didn't watch this. Rip, but now it's selling off. Looks like that resistance there is really stopping it. So Amazon, again, it's too high now. I missed it down here. I'm not going to chase it. Again, I'm trying to kind of liquidate a lot of my positions. I am really heavy in renewables right now. I really want to see how everything plays out next Wednesday. And then positions like, again, NGA and BLBD, I'm kind of just holding. I want to hold those throughout the year, even possibly TAN. I do want to keep for the year. I think they're just going to destroy it this year. Snow, that thing I just wanted to sell off or push up so I can get out of that position. Baba, I found Jack Ma, and now they just don't care because now it's bleeding off. But Snap, I did sell Snap today. This is another position. I did sell because of the fact that once it hit up here, I think I exited somewhere around there about 54 or something. This is one of the main ones I was watching. This is ones that was well into the green for me. You know, it was hitting right at that. I was almost in the money there at 55, but it was really struggling here. And so I didn't like that. I mean, it was ripping up for the most part, and then it just started to really struggle. So I ended up selling those leaps. Again, I'll wait. If it comes back down to the red zone, which it might have just hit demand. So it might be going back down to supply. If that's the case, I'll grab more leaps there and then ride it back up. Snap is a good one to play. for the options. ZM, again, not a huge fan. Looking for what's going on tomorrow. NNA, I did sell out of all this. I let this hit. It hit like 13, and I ended up selling all my shares out of this today. That was another, I don't know what that was. I think it was another 12, 15% I got off this. Being said, I do like this one, but I want to get leaps in this, to be honest. I want this to come down. Again, I don't want to, it's hard for me because I'm trying to position in a way that I'm not fully vested in the market right now because, I mean, a correction I'm expecting in March, so I'm trying to slowly back out, but then I find I'm jumping back into things because there's good setups, right? But nonetheless, the Very Good Butcher selling off today. Waiting for that to come down. If we can get back in 430, I'll get back in Very Good Butcher, Planet 13. I want it to come back down here to the 519 mark. Evogen, it's looking good for the most part. Want it back down. I like this one. Again, I sold it. I'd rather hold a leap on this. I'm starting to like the leaps a lot better than holding stocks on a lot of these ones. A lot of these pennies, though, I don't even know if Evogen has any options on it, but all the EVs are kind of just like floating, except NGA kind of sold off a little bit. But Palanters, I did take some leaps in this today. There is on Tuesday at 4 after the bell at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. They're having essentially a showcase, so they're gonna bring out some of their tech, and I think that just the lead up to that might really build up. So I'm holding that for the weekend. Yes, I'm in leaps. I don't really like the couple months out, the 32 days out, whatever. That's okay, but the premium bird is normally pretty bad, especially when you rattle like this. When a stock really rattles like this and has a lot of wicks, this either shares or leaps because they chew up the premium on these things. Space, it's too high. Trying to think. I think that's pretty much all I got for today. Home, I called this one yesterday. This one blew up. I did have shares in this, actually. I had one of my other accounts, which I hardly ever checked, did have Home in it. And it's up like 59% or something off of Home. I bought it back down when it was like at 14 something. So it was up pretty big today. But this wedge did break out today. She had a nice couple dollar move. I think I glanced at that's in the morning, and then that was about as far as I got with it. I think I did look at ELF, and it was just stagnant, so I didn't. Looks like it started to break down. If it does pop in here tomorrow, I might actually look at leaps at this as well. But we'll see how that works. There was another one. Was it ZI? No, there's an old stock. It was actually, let's look at, since we're here, let's go ahead and pull this one up. VIPS. This one, I almost had this one at 1450, and this one upset me. VIPS, I remember when it was trading at like $6, and now it's up to 30. Well, $6 was a couple of years ago, but right, this is one of the other leaders in the Chinese space with Baba, and I think it's JD, I think is the other one. But I think this one is like crept up fast as far as like online shopping and everything. I had it at 14. And then I ended up selling it because it started selling off, but this thing cruising and destroying it to 30. So I need to add a good thing to add that back to the watch list in case we do sell off again. So being said, tomorrow, again, I'm looking for positioning really in Apple and Facebook. Hoping some of the renewables push tomorrow. Square, again, hoping we get some kind of push with that overnight here. I hope that starts popping back up. Again, I'm not worried if it doesn't. Kind of just wanted to hold this in earnings. I knew it was a month out, so that was my essential plan, to hold until earnings. And I expect a strong run up. I think this is just a temporary move. I think people are trying to get better positioning in this, and we'll see what happens. So guys, I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Ready to rock tomorrow. It is Friday. Remember, it is Take Profit Friday. So you will see some bleeding tomorrow. Look for positions for next week. Again, 2 that I'm looking at is Apple and Facebook. So until next time, guys, I will see you guys later.